Welcome to Parent Academy, our online video series, and I'm Charlonda Buckman, Assistant Superintendent of Family and Community Engagement, and today's topic is transportation, and we have our lead on transportation, Executive Director Aaron Walter. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So Aaron, let's talk a little bit about you first. You've been with the district for how long now?
6 years.
You've been here 6 years, but your experience in transportation is much more vast. Talk a little bit about that.
So I have 20 years experience in transportation.
Okay.
I started off with FedEx Express, a overnight package delivery company, and kind of shifted gears to our most precious cargo, our children. And
Okay.
so now we're doing same day delivery and pickup.
So moving from transporting packages to transporting our little people. What is that? What can parents expect in terms of service in the district? So we transport K-12,
Correct.
right? Okay, and what is the criteria in order to get transportation for your child?
So at the K through 8 level, we provide yellow bus transportation to students who attend their neighborhood boundary school and live more than 3/4 of a mile away.
Okay.
For students at the 9 through 12 level, we provide DDOT bus passes to them. Right now, it's the back of their student ID, and
Okay.
every student has the ability to ride DDOT no matter where they live, how far away they are from the school. They would just show their ID to the
Okay.
DDOT bus driver, and they can ride from the hours of 6 a.m. to 11 p.m.
And that's a relatively new partnership that you've developed with transportation.
Correct. We've been
Okay.
working with the City of Detroit and DDOT for the past couple years to just provide more access for our students, and we're very close to finalizing this agreement.
And that also opens up opportunities for them to have more choice around the high school that they want to go to.
Correct.
Right.
So
Okay.
historically, students might have attended their neighborhood school because of a lack of transportation.
Okay.
So now they can go anywhere in the city and attend, their school of choice with this access.
Now go back to K-8. In that space, you said 3/4 of a mile away at least, and you then are eligible for transportation. What happens if you're less than 3/4 of a mile?
So students who live within that 3/4 of a mile, which we consider our walk zone,
Okay.
they're expected to walk to school.
Okay.
We consider that, the safe distance from home to school. If there are barriers or freeways, we'll make exceptions for those.
Now, what does that look like for our children who have special needs?
So students with an IEP, and that IEP requires transportation, they get service as well. Typically, we'll pick them up in front of their house.
Is that yellow bus service, or is it
It's-
distinguished?
For the most of the part, it is yellow bus, but it's whatever's in their IEP, we follow the guidelines in there. We do use some sedans and taxi cabs.
I want the sedan. No, I'm just going to keep going.
So it all depends on the student and how far away they are from their program.
Okay.
So we look at a multitude of factors.
So I know one of the big issues that comes up as we're talking with parents across the district is bus safety. What is the standard and expectation around bus safety, and does it differ in K-8, in the K-8 space or the special needs space? Because we know that our high schoolers are mostly taking the public transportation system.
So, it starts at home, and we try to educate the parents, what the expectations are on the bus, the bus rules. When you're around the bus, waiting on a bus to come, when the yellow lights come on, that means, approach a bus with caution.
Okay.
When the red lights come on, there's no passing of the bus on the street. Everyone should stop. And so, there are problems in the city where cars go by buses. So we try to teach it at a young level, at the pre-K through 2nd grade level, about bus safety, the to-dos, the don'ts around the school bus.
So talking about safety, Aaron, with our young people and on the buses, what does that look like in terms of teaching kids bus safety?
So we've launched a new campaign this year, and we have a new member of our team, Buster.
Oh, wow. Can we bring Buster into the conversation?
We can.
Okay.
So Buster is an interactive robot that we take to the schools. We talk about
great.
bus safety, the things you do and don't do on a bus.
Oh, here's Buster coming to join us now. And this happens with our little people, or?
Yes, so we focus on the pre-K through 2nd grade right now.
Okay.
And we hope to reach 7,000 to 8,000 students by the end of this school year of doing bus assemblies.
Okay, so that's for our young people, and obviously Buster's very excited about this new program. When you talk about safety with young people, talk about how our buses are equipped to keep kids safe when they're on them.
Okay, so right now we have GPS units on every
Okay.
bus, and what we can do, we can monitor everywhere that bus goes, how fast they're going, where do they stop, all kinds of things we can do there. We also have video camera systems on our buses, so if an incident occurred on the bus that we needed to take a look at, or we just wanted to do a virtual ride of the bus just to see how the kids are behaving, how the driver's driving, how the driver's interacting with the students,
And
we can do that.
Is that something that you monitor, or you have team members who monitor bus activity? Or?
Yes, I do it myself, and I do have a team that assists me with that function.
Okay, do you guys do spot checks, just kind of show up at bus stops and?
We do.
Sure.
We do the
Okay.
random stops, but
Okay.
then we could also pull the videos at
Okay.
random too.
Okay. All right, so when we think about how you're monitoring the buses and that kind of thing, many of them we're contracting a service, correct?
Correct. So our yellow bus transportation is 100% outsourced right now.
Okay.
With 3 companies: ABC Student Transportation, Trinity Transportation, and
Okay.
DHT Transportation.
But we still have access into oversight and viewing what's happening.
Correct.
on
So
the
they all
buses.
have a contract with the school district, and then
Right.
I monitor their performance,
Okay.
and we give them the routes. So we do all the routing at the school
Okay.
district level, and we
Okay.
assign the routes to those vendors.
Okay, so there's a very interactive, regular exchange of information between the contractors and us relative to transporting our students.
Yes, we're in communication with all companies every day.
Okay. Now, we also have bus attendants, is that correct?
So bus attendants are DPSCD employees.
Okay.
We're always looking to hire new bus attendants.
Well, what is the expectation? Because I may have some parents watching who are interested. So what do you expect it to do as a bus attendant?
So basically, you're assisting students on and off the bus. You're monitoring behavior. You're the eyes and ears on that bus. So you're, just trying to keep the bus at a safe level, and so the bus driver can drive. The bus
Right.
attendant can monitor the bus. So we want the drivers to focus on driving.
Absolutely. And again, is there training for our children who are special? Is there additional training that happens with those team members to make sure that we add that extra support?
Yes, so once a bus attendant comes on board, we talk about the different types of students you may transport, the behaviors, the interaction that we expect from our employees with the students.
Okay, okay, absolutely. So if I have parents who are interested in being a bus attendant, it sounds like you guys are looking for people. I'm going to invite them to call our office, which is the Family and Community Engagement Office, 313-873-7490, and we can arrange a session where maybe you can come over and talk about that opportunity, because how many people are you looking for?
We're looking to hire 25 right now.
Okay, absolutely. So parents, you heard that. What about bus drivers? Are you guys in need of that?
So the 3 companies I mentioned before, they're always
Okay.
looking to hire. They always have training
Okay.
programs that are ongoing.
Okay.
So it's a real need out there for school bus drivers, and we're looking
Okay.
for individuals that want to transport children and have an interest in the children.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you ended with children. So just to recap for our parents, so 3/4 of a mile, you qualify for transportation for your child. Less than that, that's considered the walk zone,
Correct.
And then for high schoolers, we're very close to closing this deal with the city of Detroit, where they can ride the public bus just by showing the back of their identification cards.
That's correct.
Okay, so that covers our students. One of the things that I wanted to invite you to do is just add anything else that parents need to be thinking about when it comes to bus and transportation safety. What would you say are the top 2 or 3 things our parents need to do with our students to make sure they're safe?
I think, reiterating the bus safety rules and regulations that we expect on the buses at home.
Okay.
I think that's the biggest thing, is just educating your children before they get on that bus.
What are the bus safety rules? So is it stay in your seat, no talking on the bus? What are the expectations?
So it's mainly, we want children to sit in their seat. We want them
Okay.
to face forward. We're not saying they can't talk on the bus. We want them to
Right,
interact
'cause
with
the
other
children are very social, right?
Correct. And we want them to develop those skills.
Absolutely.
We just, the biggest thing is to stay seated and,
Okay.
and wait for the bus to stop before you get up.
Okay, absolutely. Well, Aaron Walter, our Executive Director of Transportation, thank you so much for joining us
No,
today.
thank you for having me.
Absolutely.